Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of today's Diary Podcast. I'm one of your hosts for today, and in the studio, you've got Brandon.
And your boy Alvaro.
Yes, it's been a minute since we had an episode from the Today's Diary Podcast. For those of you who have been following us personally, you do know the things that have happened, has transpired up to this particular moment. Where we are grateful, we're starting a new year 2026, and as you can see, we have a new host, your boy Alvaro, that is here to spearhead the ship and lead us to higher heights. Welcome, guys, and we are happy that you've been with us in this journey. Alvaro, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling excited. But before we continue, I just want to tell everybody that I follow, like, subscribe, share. There's gonna be a new phase. I'm gonna be here around more often, so stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned.
You see, I told you it's going to take us to higher heights. It's really telling you guys to like, share, and subscribe. That's amazing, amazing, amazing. Yes, Alvaro. So, as usual, we
Yeah.
have our topics that we do bring and our ideas that we do bring forth.
Okay.
And first, we'll kick off with did you know? Do you have anything for us, or would you like me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, just a moment, please. I wasn't preparing to go first, but just a moment. I think I can kick it off.
I think I'll have to get my phone as well.
Grab your phone, please, if you need to. Okay. For me,
Yeah.
my did you know is that are you aware or did you know that Sudan has more pyramid than any other country in the world, including Egypt?
I just wanted to say that Egypt would have, if I was to answer a question
Yeah.
of Egypt.
You know the way Egypt is publicized is like it's like the country with the only pyramid, but no, there are more pyramids. Mind you, they're not talking about height here.
Yeah.
They're just talking
Pyramids.
pyramids, like numbers. Even if it's just small structure, but pyramids. There are more pyramids in Sudan than there are in any other country, including Egypt.
But Africa is blessed. I've never heard of that. Like, obviously, I was in Egypt last year and we're trying to go to the pyramids and that, but
Yeah.
I've never heard of pyramids regarding
Yes.
Sudan.
Yes.
I think we always think of Sudan with crisis or certain things.
Yes, those are the Africas. That's why they call it Mama Africa. So many unknown things that you'll be wowed by. So, are you ready?
So, and I have an interesting one.
Okay. Sure.
And I want you to try it as well.
Okay.
Did you know that it is impossible to lick your elbow? Alright, let's go. Come on, give it a try.
I'm not doing that. You're not having me on TV being stupid. You're not about to have me looking stupid on TV.
Yeah, that's
But
a good
yeah,
one.
I think that's a good. But I think some people can do it. In primary school, I think there are people
I
that try.
think for it to be this, obviously, for this thing, I think they would have tried. I think it would have been. I don't know what happened, I think
There's nobody.
your body type will be
Some
high.
people have those. What about those with the person
Long
with the
neck.
longest tongue?
What about, yeah, I think you need a neck
Nah, you're
rather
not
than
having.
a
You're
tongue.
not having. Now you've made something that I keep on thinking about it every second.
That's why though.
Yeah, that's you're not getting me into that space. So yes, as usual, guys, you get the did you know, and we'll be diving into our topic for the day, which will have to anchor. It has to circle around marital issues, marital problems. The world is plagued by a lot today. Yes, and of recent, the one that a celebrity scandal that has broken the world right now is that of Brooklyn Beckham that has come out to make some allegations regarding his parents interfering in his marriage and him not being them thinking that he's being controlled by his wife and stuff. Some of us even we don't even know if we're controlled that are controlling us, but there's control somewhere.
I think the interesting part is that I don't think the parents have said anything as of yet, as in Brooklyn's parents.
No.
I think they've just been quiet, so it's all like.
Yeah, if I'm in their shoes, I'll do the same. I won't say anything because
Yeah.
anything they say now adds more
More fuel.
petrol onto the whole stuff. So I rather just stay quiet and mind you, it'll just be more content for us to dive into and see the perspective. Anything they say now, people will measure it negative or positive. Even if they say Brooklyn was sorry, they're like, oh, why are you saying sorry if you're not guilty?
Yeah, if you're not
So
guilty.
anything, absolutely anything they say at this point, they'll be held guilty for. But when I went through the things Brooklyn wrote online,
Yeah.
if we're just speaking based on what he wrote,
Yeah.
I think he's being a crybaby. That's my opinion. Because I know people that have faced like way, way more.
Yeah.
They don't address it from the perspective that he's coming from. Like his parents are trying to take away his life or something. Why I'm saying this is like the thing he describes in the wedding. It's difficult for you to have, especially being an African, for you to
Yeah.
have a wedding and your mom does not take over the wedding.
Yeah. That
Especially the bride.
that is factual. But
Yeah.
I think when I look at the story, and I think the Beckham families have been amazing to obviously to talk about. I think they got married in 2022 to the wedding. And it becomes different now when you have a wedding because you have your family. You have a new family which you have created and you have
Yes.
to kind of manage and you want certain things. And when you come from a big or bigger, obviously his wife is from a big multi-millionaire family, or the parents are
The parent
multi-millionaires as
thing,
well.
I think the father is a billionaire.
But when you come from that type of family, I think it's hard to manage certain expectations. It's
mind
but the
you,
parents have always supported him. Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? His photography, everything, they've always supported him. It's till that marriage point which I want to give him some benefit of the doubt. And I'll come back to you and
I don't
you
see
and
any
I.
benefit of any doubt because if you want to stay away and you don't want them to talk about you, don't want them to get involved in your life,
Yeah.
it's the route he's taking for the social media is much easier if he had just changed his name from Beckham. No one would know him. Move to Australia, move to the US, Connecticut,
You are
Utah, somewhere
hide
there.
it.
Change that name.
Yeah.
No one would. You look like the amount of tattoos he has on the body. They will bypass him on the road and not recognize as him.
Yeah.
No one will know him. The fact that he's still keeping the Beckham name, he's trying to maintain the brand. Of recent, I heard, oh, the mom has branded his name and this and that, and oh, it's about the brand. It's not about anything. It's not about control. It's not about anything. Because if you wanted something, you could change your name to Paul Edwards or something,
Yeah.
just anything. And
So
if you want to build your stuff, work on yourself without your parents. Let me see.
so let's look at our own dynamics, yeah? Do you think your parents want you to live your life a certain way? Do they try to protect you, or as you been how you manage your own marital life now? Do you feel like it?
You are lucky, absolutely lucky, if your parents even have an idea on how to monetize your life. To be honest, if his parents didn't even put the things he has staged on his life right now,
Yeah.
there's no way he would have met the girl he's married to right now. That's a huge impact. If his father was not Beckham, bruh, he wouldn't be anywhere close to that girl.
So, but now that's the priorities that come with that. But what I'm trying to get to is my perspective as well. I've had a time where I feel like your parents want you to behave a certain type of way,
Yes.
or they want certain things.
Yes.
But that sometimes that you have to remind them that, oh, listen. I'll give you maybe an example. Like obviously, maybe I like traveling. They
Yeah.
don't want that. They want you to do certain things, but I'm like, it's my life. It's how I choose to live my life.
Okay.
So I'm gonna want to travel. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I may not make your name great by saying, oh, I want to build it, buy a plot here. It's how I choose to live my life.
Yes.
And sometimes you have to remind them that this is me now. I have a life, I have a family, and I make decisions regarding that family.
Mm-hmm.
You may have raised me up thinking that, oh, I want my son to be this or to be that. But
Yes.
now this is how I want to live my life. This is what I want. These are my values, or this is what I want. This is what makes me happy.
Yeah, I think he could have done that off the internet. And the fact that he's married to the person he's married to now,
Yeah.
I'm sure the parent didn't choose the wife for him.
Yeah, it just
So there are a lot of things that he said on there that are making me feel like it's a nepo baby thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's entitled, and let me not say that definitely, like what he's described on there, there's a level of entitlement attached to it. Some of them are like his expectations of what should be done with him, how they're supposed to react to him, how they're supposed to behave with him. But the life is 100% his own. And if he had an idea and thought, oh, my mom has maybe branded my name, done something legal in the space where I can't use it for now and this and that, and I wanted something different for myself, you don't need to go that route. You could choose another thing.
Yeah, you could
Pick another name. Drop the name,
Yeah.
add something else, build yourself. Most of the people I know that want to build out themselves, branch out for something themselves,
Yeah.
they don't even want to be addressed by the
By
name,
their name, yeah.
by that name. So change that. Go and start on a fresh career. Have something that is not linked to that for yourself. Then let them still try and interfere in your life. Then I'll believe that they are really, really troublesome. But so long as you're building on the Beckham name, nah, bruh, you'll be controlled because what the little mistake you make on that name affects them.
Yeah.
Anything once he goes into, let me say, he does something crazy in the world, right? He does something crazy in the world. The first thing that the world will pump the news into the global stage is Brooklyn Beckham. It's Beckham. That's the only thing that pushes forward.
Yeah.
It's not anything else. And because it's his name, his father cannot sue the people for attaching the name onto. So let him change his name.
Yeah.
Let's just start with that. Change your name first. It's not too big. Change your name. He has 6 million followers on Instagram also. It's because you're Brooklyn Beckham. About 6 or more.
I think it's more.
Yes, more than 6. But it's because you're Brooklyn Beckham.
Yeah, that's definitely that.
Your career is your father. Everything is your father. Just pipe low. There's a lot of things. They look.
So, but I get your point, and you want him to be a little bit, but
it's not realistic.
Okay. I come back to my perspective here. Before I got married, I used to be more available to family. Yeah, I could go visit my aunts and uncles in Liverpool. I was that guy. But as I got married, I changed. As in, I have a family now which I pay attention to. But now, so they may think I've changed.
Yeah.
But my life has changed. I have not changed. I still regard them highly.
Yeah.
But I could, because I have, when I was single, a younger lad, I could just nip from here to there and say family. But now I have a wife. I have duties. I have attention. I have everything now. Not everything, but most of my life will revolve around her, and I have to settle things with that.
Yep.
So I think that may be a point where he's gotten married. He is no longer their son. He's now. So because of that, they may think that he's changed or that the wife has taken him away. But he has a new life now. He has new focus. He has new goals. He might have not. Maybe he's not changed. Maybe he's just family oriented, and they see like he's drifted. But he's married now. He's different.
Look, what I'm trying to address is this.
Yeah.
The things he said on there. And the stuff he's trying to address on the...
Yeah, that's definitely wrong.
There are things he's saying on there that it's not like don't shout at my wife.
Yeah.
Kind of like, or don't tell my wife what to do.
Yeah.
Or don't I don't have time to come and visit.
Yeah.
Those are not the issues he's trying to say. I think it's more of business perspective. Because from one of the conversations or one of the things I heard today was that they supposedly branding of the mother's name was of his name by his mom is supposed to end when he's 26, and I think is this either this year or next year. I think it's this year from what they were saying online also. So the timing for it is exact like he's trying to make it in a space where she cannot do it again.
Yeah.
So once she goes to do it, it's like there will be a challenge and they will go back and forth about it, and there will be a legal battle in court, and he is going to have the people on his side at that time because it will look like the mom is trying to fight him for something that is his. Whereas, just change the name. Because the issue, I think the mom is hung up on one issue, which is the name Beckham. That's it. It's not about your name Brooklyn, it's the name Beckham. That's the only thing that your mom is hung up on. And if you change it, it will not. There are smarter ways to work around it. I think he's immature for certain things that he's saying on there because he's expecting it to just go smooth like water. And when it doesn't go, he doesn't find another way to look into it. He has not presented anything.
I think he's a grown man.
No, he's a grown man behaving like a child, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's a grown man. If he feels like, oh, there's a lot of restrictions, or that being unfair, I could jump the name back and move on your life. That's it.
100% of the people that have departed or left their forwarding families and moved, they changed their name. Yeah. Moved to a different area where no one knows them. And actually cut off everybody that knows them in that particular life, such that for you to have access to them, they have to let you into their life. Yeah. I don't think that's what he's doing. He's cut them off, but not in a space where it's like enmity cut off, like a problematic cut off. Not like you have your peace
Yeah.
and you're like, you know what, I'm done. But the cutoff is a problematic stuff. I think every now and then he does it for popularity's sake. Because he'll die down and next year he'll find out it. He keeps on doing it for popularity's sake. This is not the first time I hear of the body's issue. Every now and then he pops it up. So it's not about him. I think it's just the same way other celebrities come up with one or two
They will
stuff.
be perfectly fine and that just trying to get the PR stuff and stuff like that.
Yep. That's the way. That's my perspective was seeing it. He has so many ways that 2 million and 1 ways for him to solve this particular problem of things he's saying online. This is just one of them, and I think just watch on down the line. This guy is going to go to court for this thing. He's going to go to court. But what do you guys think about this particular thing? I could bring up. I think we should bring up the how do you call it, the thing he wrote on the internet.
I thought he took it down. Is it still up?
If he did, there are people who already have it. Shade room, of course, will have it for us.
Do they read it?
Yes, please.
Okay. So he says, I have been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private. Unfortunately, my parents and their team have continued to go to the press, leaving me with no choice but to speak for myself and tell the truth about only some of the lies that have been printed. I do not want to reconcile with my family. I'm not being controlled. I'm standing up for myself for the first time in my life. For my entire life, my parents have controlled narratives in the press about our family. The performative social media posts, family events, and inauthentic relationships have been a fixture of the life I was born into. Recently, I have seen with my own eyes the lens that they will go through to place countless lies in the media, mostly at the expense of innocent people, to preserve their own facade. But I believe the truth always comes out. My parents have been trying endlessly to ruin my relationship since before my wedding, and it hasn't stopped. My mom cancelling making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour despite how excited she was to wear her design, forcing her to urgently find a new dress. Weeks before our big day, my parents repeatedly pressured and attempted to bribe me into signing away the rights to my name, which would have affected me, my wife, and our future children. They were adamant on me signing before my wedding date because then the terms of the deal would be initiated. My holdout affected the payday, and they have never treated me the same since. During the wedding planning, my mom went so far as to call me evil because Nicola and I chose to include my nanny Sandra and Nicola's nanny at our table because they both didn't have their husbands. Both of our parents had their own tables equally adjacent to ours. It's a long statement.
Keep on going.
It's literally. Alright. The night before our wedding, members of my family told me that Nicola was not blood and not family. Since the moment I started standing up for myself and my family, I've received endless attacks from my parents, both privately and publicly, that were sent to the press on their orders. Even my brothers were sent to attack me on social media before they ultimately blocked me out of nowhere this last summer. My mom hijacked my first dance with my wife, which had been planned weeks in advance, to a romantic love song in front of our 500 wedding guests. Mark and Tony called me to the stage, where in the schedule was planned to be my romantic dance with my wife, but instead my mom was waiting to dance with me instead. She danced very inappropriately on me in front of everyone. I've never felt more uncomfortable or humiliated in my entire life. We wanted to renew our vows so we could create new memories of our wedding day that brings us joy and happiness, not anxiety and embarrassment. My wife has been consistently disrespected by my family. No matter how hard we've tried to come together as one, my mom has repeatedly invited women from my past into our lives in ways that were clearly intended to make us both uncomfortable. Despite this, we still traveled to London for my dad's birthday and were rejected for a week as we waited in our hotel room trying to plan quality time with him. He refused all our attempts unless it was at his big birthday party with 100 guests and cameras at every corner. When he finally agreed to see me, it was under the condition that Nicola wasn't invited. It was a slap in the face. Later, when my family traveled to LA, they refused to see me at all. My family values public promotion and endorsements above all else. Brand Beckham comes first. Family love is decided by how much you post on social media or how quick you drop everything to show up and post for a family photo op, even if it's at the expense of all our professional obligations. We've gone out of our way for years to show up and support at every fashion show, every party, and every press activity to show our perfect family. But the one time my wife asked for my mom's support to save displaced dogs during the LA fires, my mom refused. The narrative that my wife controls me is completely backwards. I have been controlled by my parents for most of my life. I grew up with overwhelming anxiety. For the first time in my life since stepping away from my family, that anxiety has disappeared. I wake up every morning grateful for the life I chose and have found peace and relief. My wife and I do not want a life shaped by image, press, or manipulation. All we want peace, privacy, and happiness for us and our future family.
Okay. There are a couple of things. Can you just send me a screenshot of that, please?
That's a
Because
lot of screenshots.
Yeah, send me some screenshot of that because there's a couple of things I picked up while you're reading that I think are even more points for me
Yeah.
based on the things I was explaining that I think there's a degree of nepotism, there's like entitlement and so many other things that are in there for him. Just send them to me. Let me see.
Oh, I sent it in the right order. Has it gone?
Don't worry about the order. Yeah, I think it's just country.
No, because there are loads of screenshots.
Firstly, for you to be able to say that I don't want to reconcile with my family and I'm not being controlled, is first a narrative that you're coming up from a very wrong perspective. Is though you even if you have the idea that you don't want to,
Yeah.
you're putting it out there, bruh.
So when I look at, you've taken that you don't want me to reconcile. When I look at that, I've looked at the things that he said about him being hurt. He might have started with statement with that, but he's talked about. Obviously, I saw the dance of the wedding. The wedding, I've seen this. We've heard about that from a while ago. I don't think it was a big deal. We talk about his dad's 50th birthday. They don't want the wife around. So there's so many things.
Okay, let me say this.
He's human as well. I don't want to judge the fallout.
No, I'm not speaking from a perspective of just being inhuman. The family, they're also human.
Yeah.
The level of expectation for me is this: before you came to to your dad's birthday, did you have an issue with him? If you guys had issues, you don't expect him to just push it back to the background and then hug you on because it's his 50th birthday. I feel like you ambushed him purposely, thinking, oh, it's his birthday, he's gonna be his best behavior.
Yeah.
You did that thinking about that. Then, if your dad had a negative impression about your wife, you trying expecting that he'll be on his best behavior and reaction towards your wife was a setup. So you're the person being the problem here.
But I've forgotten certain things, like maybe when he's getting married, they said, oh, your wife is not blood, or those stuff.
No, they were not saying
he's talked about.
It's not about his wife not being blood. They were talking about a nanny.
No, this is about the wife.
Let me see.
It's about the wife.
Let's go back and check.
No, it's about the wife. I read it. When they try to say that, they want to say that you should not put your wife above family.
Okay, I think you're right. They said the night before our wedding, members of our family told me that Nicola was not blood and not family.
Yeah.
Since the moment I started standing up for myself and with my family. Now, when you say they say he was not blood,
she was not blood.
She's not blood.
No, but when you say those type of things,
the truth about it, she's not blood.
She's the most important person to him, not the
family. To his life, she's not blood.
It's not about being blood.
Wait, it's what I'm ready for what he said.
Yeah,
I'm
No.
not trying to create a narrative.
No, but when you say that to somebody, that's wrong.
Bro, as much as
That to your wife.
Mind you,
You could say that. You could say that to your friend. That don't put your friend, but that's somebody's wife. That's my wife. You should not tell me that my wife is not
let
blood.
me rephrase this. Let me rephrase this. There are some gatherings, there are some spaces that, though you're married to your wife cannot go through into with your family.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So the reason that is why you will say that type of thing.
Yes.
So I could
what are the circumstances leading to that conversation?
Yes, that's the most important part, because we all know that's facts. We all know.
Yeah.
But you should give people. If my son is getting married, I'll give him my best. I'll support him. I'll say love your wife.
I think they gave.
I will not try to tell you to give your wife bare minimum and give me max because I'm family. Because that's almost like
no.
You're still a Beckham. You're still, this is family. Forget about her. Don't give her a lot. That's almost what I'm getting from there.
Wait, which part are you talking about?
No, when you to me, the perspective of you telling her that she's not blood or she's not family, it's trying to say like, even though you're getting married with her, even though she's your one and only, we are still.
Bro,
let
me be honest with you here.
Yeah.
This is a big family. They have skeletons in the cupboard, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting married to someone.
Yeah.
Let's be directly, brutally honest with it. There are certain things that family does not want her to know because she is not blood, and they expect that because you're blood, there is that loyalty that is unwritten loyalty that is also expected of you because you're blood, because you have a vested interest in the family. Now you're bringing in new person. When you see that thing, you have to think, oh, it's less of hate and more of I don't trust this person yet. So why don't you work on the fact where they get to like, you might not be a blood but fam, you are the person that we should have in this family. That's what most people do. They work on that. They understand, okay, I understand the perspective you're coming from. Can we work on this thing?
I agree, and I think it goes back to the point that maybe the parents would have seen something and they will see something where they were like trying to manage or trying to look after their own.
Mind you, they must have known this girl for a while. They must have made research and understand certain things about her to be able to say. I'm not saying that she's a bad person, but I'm just saying that for them to be in a space where we think we need to keep this private, we think you need to understand that this particular thing is meant for the family alone. You can't carry this out there, you can't put this out there. Yes, she is. You're getting married to her, you guys are forming a family, which automatically will make all of us family, but there are skeletons in the cupboard that you should not bring out to her. Because she might mistakenly say them somewhere, not because she's thinking of hurting us, but because she's not fully vested on who is even our enemies, let's be honest. She might say somewhere with the enemies.
I agree with that point because there are certain things that I feel like I agree with that point. There's certain things like which I feel like I'll manage even though I'm with my wife 100%. But if it's just certain family, you just feel like you manage. I agree. My point is, I like giving people the benefit of the doubt. He's talking about even the mom cancelling to do her wedding dress on the 11th hour. Yeah. No matter what, I think the mother should have done that dress.
Okay.
That's the mom's. That's like a gift. That's like a top priority. So I don't know why she pulled that. We will never know. I don't know. Obviously, those are things which we can only sit and guess. But even if the mother was not happy, she should have done the dress.
There's this lady, Shannon Hill, on Instagram.
Yeah.
She actually broke down a different perspective to that.
Yeah.
Where she was explaining that before the wedding day, the way the story is being explained by Brooklyn is not the way it happened. Like the way, because the dress was made, I think it was by Valentino or some.
I think she wore Valentino eventually.
I don't know if it's Valentino or is it
no, that's what she wore. She wore Valentino.
Yeah, Valentino.
Yeah.
But what they were saying, they were having a conversation that it is a year's worth of conversation that they've had. It was not last minute. It's not like, because when you say last minute, someone was thinking like 2 days, 3 days. No. Firstly, because she had like it's
I want if you say they knew about it for a year that the dress was not gonna be made, then I think 11 hours.
You're getting it, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's correct. I think 11 hour has to be at least a week. There's no way you say 11 hour when you mean a year.
It's literally
except that what was saying now is that.
literally on there. That's
No,
what
I know, but I don't want to. I don't know who that is. It's if.
No, it's not. It's not the girl that is saying it.
Yeah.
It's that it's on the papers that were printed before from their wedding.
Yeah.
Like the interview from the designers.
Yeah.
They were saying like, oh, we've been in conversation with Brooklyn and Nicola for like a year now, on this and that. So the word was printed in the newspaper and the magazine. That's what she's referring to. Like before she's even saying this, way back, this is the conversation they had. This is the conversation Nicola also had. That they were saying, oh, it took us this number of time before we could get this, source this out, source that out. So the duration of the time period and what he is describing as being last minute does not pan out. Then the reason for cancelling, for Victoria cancelling the production was not necessarily because it was from her side. It was from Nicola's her side of problems. So she was the one with the demands and the problems that made Nicola was unable to Victoria was unable to meet up with what she was demanding. So though he's blaming the lady, the conversation, because there are two sides to every story, of course.
We will not. But a lot of it is, especially as the parents really the address. A lot of it is subjective.
Yes, but the only thing that made it clear for me was that if they had a conversation and it was in the magazine already that it took them a year to source those things out to put the wedding dress, then he's not being honest about it. He's drawing too much attention to things, and there are so many things. I think he's just throwing them in there to make it as bad as possible. Like, she asked for help from my mom during the time of to save the dogs, because once you're saying dogs, you're getting emotions from from dog lovers, and you're making her look like someone that hate animals. And I understand those type of things. He's being.
I had an issue with my colleague the other day, and he was worried about what happened the previous day. So I said, all right, sorry, let's look at how we're moving forward. But he now goes back to things he's done for me 3, 4, 5 times. That he's done all of this, and I was like, nah, let's not go back to the past. Because you are bringing different stories. If you got angry because of yesterday, let's do.
So it's okay, guys. We're here, and we're here, and we're here, and we're here, and we're here. So don't forget again to share, like, and subscribe. Come back to us, and we'll be here to bring you guys more episodes. We're not living anymore. We're here. Okay, guys. Thank you. See you guys soon.